Yo, welcome to Primetime Poulton. It's the Mortal Compass, JT, and the main event, Best Friend Show. What's going on, guys?
Everything. Everything and all the things in the world are happening right now, and I'm very excited about it.
Tell us about it.
Oh my God. Like, there was this thing that happened, and I was just like, whoa. But, other than that, everything's good.
You
A
met
lot of
Joey
things happening.
Lawrence?
What happened?
Whoa.
Oh,
You
I
met
wish.
Joey Lawrence?
Yeah, I'm thinking about now. Like, if I did have, like, a Make-A-Wish, I think I would have switched what my original one was to actually be me and Joey Lawrence at 14 or 15. I don't know.
Let's go back in time and make a fake Make-A-Wish for Sean.
Well, did I tell you about what I originally did when I became a diabetic?
No.
You got to
well,
make a wish?
Well, I thought.
I was gonna say.
Well, as a kid, like you get a deadly disease with dye in the beginning of it. You kind of think you're in the club, So I wrote a letter to Rob Liefeld of Extreme Studios, and I gave it to my doctor. And I'm like, my name is Sean Aaron. I'm 14 or 15 years old. My Make-A-Wish is to be flown out to Extreme Studios so Rob Liefeld could draw my character with Bad Rock. And I gave the note to my doctor. He's like, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. I'm like, what the fuck? Because remember that kid that got flown to the show from like Slater, Mario Slater? Yeah. That was on. That's what inspired me. Like after I got over my boo-boos and I gotta shoot up every day. I'm like, all right, I'm going to California. Yeah.
Only you, Sean.
yeah, but I think I won in the end, like a couple years later on. But yeah, that was me.
You're still alive, so we all won.
Rumor has it Sean Aaron is still alive.
I'll spread that rumor.
We got Leroy in the chat. What's up, Leroy?
Love Leroy.
George is in the chat. Rare appearance from George.
Thanks for coming by. Awesome.
Yeah, even Leroy says George is watching the Best Friend Show.
Nice.
And George says the Weekend at Bernie's thing caught his attention. So there's a reason I did the Weekend at Bernie's thumbnail. We also got Joe in the chat. What's up, Joe?
Hell, Joe.
So I was recently I had a wellness checkup with my doctor.
What is that?
So I take prescriptions for high blood pressure. I've been taking them since I was in my 30s, and I haven't been to the doctor maybe in a couple years. So he declined my refill for my prescription. So it's just so I would go and pay him money to give me a checkup.
Yeah, that's what you do.
So he took my blood pressure, and I'm already at the maximum dosage for the whatever medicine he has me on.
Yeah. He
was like, wow, this is really high. Are you stressed out? Do you have a stressful job? I was like, no, I'm never stressed out. He was like, he was like, are you active? I was like, I'm on my feet all day for my job. I work out at the gym 4 days a week.
Not to brag.
Yeah, not to brag. I mean, I'm the moral compass. But he was like, caffeine. And I was like, yeah. As a matter of fact, I do love caffeine. I usually drink 2 big gulps a day from 7-Eleven.
Not Wawa, you fucking trader?
No, well, it's summer, so big gulps at 7-Eleven are now 84 cents.
Okay, yeah. You're a smart consumer. I respect that.
So I mean, Sean knows I love my fountain drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I even tell him like which places have the best ice.
Yeah.
Royal Farms.
Yeah, Royal Farms.
So he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to knock that off. No more caffeine for you."
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. So I started Monday. So it's 4 days without caffeine. First 3 days were rough, like headache. I just felt terrible.
Yeah,
today,
buddy.
Yeah, today I feel great. I'm caffeine free 4 days.
You should try cocaine.
I don't know about that.
What do you gotta lose?
I mean, Joe's still alive, right?
Yeah.
But it got me thinking, like, what would happen to the Best Friend Show if I was no longer around? And it got me thinking about, that's why I went with the Weekend at Bernie's thumbnail. Sean, if something happens to me, you have to promise me you start watching wrestling, and you got to be one half of the pod gods.
That's a lot. Like that's a big commitment. You guys know me and commitments. I don't like them. Like I didn't watch wrestling for my dad. And I'm like, come on,
I feel
that
like
was my dad.
I feel like it would be a rotating host kind of thing. Remember, like when Monday Night Raw had like Bob Barker, and they had the host come in like every week.
Bob Barker?
Yeah, he was on wrestling.
No, that's awesome.
See, and you say that's awesome, yet you don't want to watch a product.
Yeah, so
Yo.
Sean, as your best friend, I'm asking you.
Yeah, whatever you need. Whatever you need.
If anything happens to me, you're a Lapod god.
Okay. Look,
all right.
I'll show up. It'll be just like art and stuff. I'll show up and make dick and fart jokes. You know, like
you gotta watch. You gotta watch the show though.
Like all of it.
Yeah,
like
There's
all
a
of
lot
it.
of wrestling on. Like I remember my dad used to watch like Japanese wrestling, but there wasn't many Japanese people in there. What up, Dex? There you go, the Hawaiian sensation.
Dexter Weeks, colorist
I'll
of
watch
Viking
the
Wolf.
chicks. Yeah, I'll watch them.
All right, you'll be the female correspondent. You'll talk about all the women's wrestling.
Did I tell you back in 2000, my buddy almost got beat up by that one chick in Cancun? She had red hair, a massive tattoo. Yeah,
Lita?
okay, her.
Yeah. I think I'd pay to get beat up by Lita.
Yeah. The guy was an asshole, so he probably deserved it, rightfully so.
But so one other thing, if anything happens to me, you guys can't continue the Best Friends show.
What do you mean?
I'm not here. You can't continue the Best Friends show. You can continue the Pod Gods, but you can't do the Best Friends show with me.
What about Chase? He's like 2.0.
He's too young.
No,
like if something happened
to that kid,
he takes after his mother. Sean's like, so Chase, about the hookers and blow this weekend.
He's like, I'm
and Mark burning it up, just like his dead body would be coming back to save his son.
So Sean, like if something happened to you, you wouldn't want me to continue Best Friend show, would you?
Yeah, I want you to keep talking about me.
I was just going to schedule 2 Pod Gods a week.
Nah, I'd rather you like have like a memorial and just like read all the great
honor you.
Yeah, honor
every show it starts with in memory of.
Yeah, exactly. No, you could play the Paul Walker song, you know,
that starts playing. I'm crying, man.
Then you start pouring out diet sodas in the beginning of the show, like 24 liters from my homie.
Oh, how about Sean? I think we talked about this before. You and I watching the last Fast and Furious movie that Paul Walker was in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the end of that movie when the cars split apart. It was me, you, my brother. We're all crying.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. Look, I walked out of that. I wasn't sure if that was the greatest, worst movie I've ever seen or the worst, greatest movie ever, but it was awesome.
It might be what it definitely is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a great franchise.
Yeah. All right, we're ignoring the chat. George says, he's talking to NTM Comics, whose book I got last week.
Nice.
Amanda saying hello to Joe. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Leroy says you can continue it, JT. I'll be your BF after.
All right. Yeah, look, nothing to worry about. We're set up. We're good.
Mark got pushed by Tommy Dreamer. No, Dex. Oh, Dex is talking about EC. We went to ECW arena once, and he saying Tommy Dreamer pushed me off the bleachers. It wasn't Tommy Dreamer. It was Rob Van Dam. He was like, "Get out of my way," and he pushed me off the top of the bleachers.
That was like fun.
That's even better than Tommy Dreamer.
Who are these people?
Pumpsback's here again. What's up, Pumpsback? He'll be right back though. So yeah, I'm going through a caffeine withdrawal, but I feel like I'm I'm through the other end of the withdrawal. I feel great. Headache's gone. Sean, you were telling me you got your first shot. Feeling good?
Yeah, I got it on Friday. It felt like I got punched in the arm by during art and stuff. And look, I shoot up 8 times a day, and I prick my fingers constantly just to fucking live. But this actually hurt. It felt like I was going blow for blow. You're playing like knuckles with your boys in like school. I don't know if you guys did that. Mm-hmm. But by the weekend, I was kind of a little tired and fatigued, slept a lot, but feel fine now. Gotta go back for the next one in like 2 weeks or so. But yeah, I'm alive.
Phil, any health issues? Talking
I
becoming like boomer,
premature
old time.
ejaculation, bedwetting. We're all about it. All of it.
Well, I mean, so I discovered that after being on this planet for 33 years, I'm lactose intolerant, which explains why I always got deathly sick after drinking a milkshake. And I just figured my girlfriend was like, you know what? Just get tested for it because I thought I had celiac disease. But it turns out I'm lactose intolerant and I've developed high cholesterol because I decided over quarantine that I should rank the chicken sandwiches based off of everyone that came out there. And Chick-fil-A is number one. KFC tastes like burnt shit. It's terrible.
The Popeyes one was legit.
Leroy wants to know how the hemorrhoids are doing.
Much better after all those chicken sandwiches, Leroy. I'm telling you. Not like legit. Like it runs through you hard.
So comic wise, this has been a busy week for me. Finished up Graveyard Shift 3 dialogue. All the art is finally done for the book. I sent out a licensing agreement for a big property that I'm acquiring for US Assassin. Super excited about that. And Viking Wolf has been printed. The ash can has been printed, and that's on the way to me. I should get it sometime next week, I think. So lots going on. Also got a new US Assassin cover by Eric Weathers. So excited about that. I'm not showing it off. No, gotta save it.
Who am I gonna tell?
I'll show you after we go off the air.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right.
You got to save surprises for the campaign. You just can't, blow your load before you go live. There's no excitement.
As long as I get mine, that's all that matters.
Dex is almost done coloring Viking Wolf. You keep saying that, Dex.
I gotta text Dex.
Send me some updates, man.
Yeah, I gotta give Dex a call.
Leroy says JT would show me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JT would show anyone anything if the price was right.
I got PayPal.
Oh, the big when Sean took my company card and went on a shopping spree, the big fraud. Just for actual facts, in case the people who are investigating, Sean didn't actually steal my card. It was someone else who made $2,000 worth of purchases on my card. I got that money reimbursed to me. So
you got a fast spot?
I don't carry cash on me, Sean.
Who does?
It's the best excuse to give homeless people who are asking for money. Because I don't carry cash, which is true. Like for some reason, I feel like I have to explain to a homeless person why I'm not giving them money. Like, oh, sorry, I want cash on me. Like, what's the matter to them? Like, they're just fucking not working anyway. So
they got their own life. Don't judge.
Yeah.
My son Chase, his favorite story to talk about is a homeless person approached us for change outside of Royal Farms, of course, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't carry any cash on me. And she cursed me out. And she said, your son is going to be like me one day, begging for money, and no one's going to give it to him.
That's awesome.
And Chase was like, can you believe that she said that? I said, Chase, she may have put a curse on you.
Oh, wow. Or the bums in Baltimore.
Oh my God! They beat on my windshield when I wouldn't give them money.
They're the worst. Look,
Mark Yoon almost got in a fight before me because of that.
Yeah, that was magical.
Yeah.
One guy's like, "Do you have $1?" And I'm like, "Nah, man." And then like a couple hours later, went out for a cigarette again. He came back to me. He's like, "Do you have any money?" I'm like, "I'm an artist. Do you have $5?" I blew his mind. He nothing to respond with.
So the topics this week, we're talking. So I suggested breakup stories, and Sean was like, he has none that are suitable for airing. So he suggests. Yeah,
I got one.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me get my motivation. All right, so this is going back. I was 20. Yeah, I was 20 years old. So this is like 2002. I was dating this chick. She was 18. She was a photographer, so she was an artist. She was just an artist. You know the types.
Hold on, she was a photographer. She was a photographer. Then she's not an artist. Continue.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a photographer.
Just a photographer. She liked clicking the buttons and taking pictures of fucking flowers and be like, look, I'm gonna stand really close to a flower and take a pic and hit the button, and the background is gonna be blurred. It's like, ooh, mysterious. So this bitch, well, coming into that relationship was a wild scenario. So that one I can't really talk about, but yeah. So anyway, this chick is like, when she would introduce me to her friends, it's very short-lived. She's like, he draws action figures and stuff. I'm like, action figures? What is this bitch talking about? I guess she meant like comic-related stuff was action figures, and she was a shallow bitch. But yeah. She tried to do the whole thing where like, when you're dating a chick and she wants to test you, because women always test you because they just want to find out about things. So we went out to dinner with a friend of hers who was a gay dude. I don't give a fuck. Family's gay. I got gay members. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to hit on you. Whatever. I don't care who you are. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. So that was one of those tests. And this is back in like the early 2000s. So like, I don't know, whatever. But I was just like, well, homeboy, I passed that test, passed every single test the chick gave me. And then a couple of weeks later, it turned out I was the other guy. She was dating, I guess, her ex-boyfriend, but I was the other dude.
Wow.
Yeah. She's one of the reasons why I don't like monogamy. And I got to date her. Wait.
George left because he likes comic books.
Yeah, we all like stuff.
Sorry, George. We're going to talk some comics later.
We'll talk to some comics. But I got to date her friend for a couple years on and off, and she was a wild time. So, karma's a bitch. And then, this is great. So her friends were very uptighty, and like their jokes were lame. So I like to test the waters. I don't mean it, but like I'm like, what does everybody think about abortion? Like I don't care. So I went.
Great opener. What do you think about abortion?
Yeah,
Sean's small talk.
Yeah. So
Icebreakers by Sean.
Yeah. Well, this was like right when I was getting the vibes. Like things weren't going well in Seantown. So we were out playing pool, and her friends, fucking nerds, like just lame ass nerds, all into their stupid bullshit, whatever. So they told one uptight bitch told this. Sorry for dropping the bitch comments. I don't mean it. Well, I do for these people, but they told the whole blatant jokes. So I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to seed out the weak in the herd. So I told a pregnant nun joke. Yo, I've never seen people get more offended in my life, and that was such an accomplishment. And then I got a story to tell about. Fuck it. Here we go. So fast forward. So this is in 2002. Fast forward to like 2 summers later, right? Like 2004. The chick that I told the pregnant nun joke to, she had a house party. Somehow we got invited. My ex was there. Didn't say a fucking word to her because I could care less. And I brought my buddies. And I wasn't the one that was actually invited. I was just along for the ride. And thank God for my buddies being fucking druggies and degenerates. Like there was like a balcony that kind of went over the girls' garage. And we're all some of us are in the garage smoking, and then the doors open, and it wasn't raining out. But then you hear these strong streams just fucking hitting, coming down like it was phenomenal. So this chick comes out to look out, and it's 2 of my guys. I guess their cocks are like this, and it's like fucking barely missing her face. It's a good time. She's like, "You need to tell your friends to not do that." I'm like, "I don't need to tell them anything. They're grown adults." So that was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Sean.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the people.
Phil, you got any breakup stories to share?
Yes. So a few years ago, I was dating. I was at a signing at a comic book signing, and she hit me up afterwards, and we were talking, and I said, oh, you want to meet up for coffee sometime. So we went out one time. It was really good. Second time, went out pretty, it was okay. Vibes were almost there.
Me.
And then the third time she said, so, what's your timeline for marriage? And I was like, this is literally, we had pancakes twice and like you're right. So the date got really uncomfortable after that, right? Because I'm like, this is just terrible, right? So at the end of it, she's like, so what do you think about kids? Right. And I'm just like, listen, I asked if you wanted to see a movie, not start a family, right? So I told her, I don't think I'm ready for this, right? And I said, I think we have different trajectories, right? So as I drop her off back at her place, I see this little kid waving goodbye to me from the window as I'm driving off, and I'm like, thank God. Thank
She
God.
kidnapped a kid?
She had a kid.
Oh, I thought she kidnapped a kid. Oh, people, that happens. People procreate.
Joe Sontag says, is it me or does Sean tell the best stories? It's not the story, it's with how much enthusiasm he tells it with.
When I was in a band, I would be tap dancing and talking about all my feelings, and then it's like, oh my God, and I'd be
Leroy says, I try to get people in here to watch you guys, and this is what you do to me. Sorry, man. I thought these stories were enjoyable. So I'll share my breakup story. Dex probably remembers this one. I was dating a girl, and things were going fine. She was into movies, and which I love going to movies. But after a while,
in heaven.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a simple man. I have simple tastes, But after a while, she wanted to include her friends in everything we did, and it just started annoying me to the point where I was like, I think I need to break up with this person just because I'm sick of her friends. Mm-hmm. And her friends were like, they were super into Star Trek, and they would ask me like Star Trek questions, and I don't watch Star Trek. And the thing that did it to me is like they were like, who's your favorite Next Generation character? And I was like, I don't know, the guy from Reading Rainbow. And they laughed at me like it was the wrong answer.
Wait a minute. So those nerds were judging you.
Yeah.
Different nerdisms.
Yeah, like I wasn't like
that's racist.
I was a nerd because I wasn't into Star Trek.
All right.
But I finally was done with her. I was thinking I was going to break up with her, and out of nowhere, she breaks up with me.
Ooh.
And
because you just Geordie LaForge.
Here's the thing. I was like, I don't understand this because I mean, I don't sound mean to sound conceited, but I never expected her to dump me because I was the better looking one in the relationship. I told her this too.
No,
I did.
That's awesome.
And she told me she found me intellectually unattractive.
What does that even mean?
I know. That's what Dex said when I told him.
I read poetry. I have feelings.
Yeah. So short story. I turned that into a screenplay. Give me back my stuff, because Leroy will like this part, because she was trying to show interest in that I like comic books. She explained what being intellectually unattractive meant. She had built me up because I was so like cool and good looking that I was this like awesome person, this dream person. And basically I'm just a guy who likes comics and pro wrestling, Wow. So once she realized that, she wanted out. But before that, she tried to show interest that in like some of my hobbies, like comics, and she asked for something to read, and I was like, I gave her Crisis on Infinite Earths. I was like, this is the greatest book ever. I gave her all my single issues, and after she broke up with me, well, I'm a nice person. Yeah, I mean, you still have my Transformers hardcovers from
I do. Yeah,
5 years ago.
Yeah, the last one's right there.
Yeah. So Give Me Back My Stuff was based on the fact that I had to get my Crisis on Infinite Earths from this girl. So I optioned a screenplay because she dumped me.
There you go.
Screenwriter, published author, moral compass, acclaimed comic book writer. She's got to feel pretty stupid now.
Yeah.
And I ran into her at a Whole Foods. I'm still the better looking one.
Oh, that's great. Isn't it great when they get ugly?
Yeah.
They get a little. I don't want to get really mean, but like life hasn't been good to them. Like they got hit by the branch of.
Dexter Weeks knows what's up.
Yeah. Jersey represents.
Send Fred Durst the link.
No, because he's gonna talk about fucking Armageddon 2000 with the roadies, and look, there's just so much I could deal with that.
Partying with Pantera, doing blow off Carmen Electra's butt. That's all his stories.
Having sex with goats. Like, I listen to Boys to Men. I cry. I have a way different view of partying.
Joe says he likes the vain side of me. Joe, you don't really know me well, so I'm quiet, but I'm conceited.
The ravishing Rick Rude of the Best Friend Show.
I'll take it. Look, when Mark first called somebody a cunt, I felt so proud. Like it was a good feeling. Like I kind of corrupted him in a bit.
Yeah, no, I feel like you and my wife have corrupted me over the years.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So anyway, Mortal Kombat. Let's talk about it. Did everyone see Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Yeah.
The biggest disappointment I can probably say in years.
Really?
Oh,
that's why you didn't respond to me? I thought I hurt your feelings.
Cole Young was the worst thing he is like. He was trash, and his rubber body suit was just terrible.
That was kind of cool.
And so Sonya could give two shits about Jax. Like, oh, what are you doing in here, Nepal? Right? Oh, you got this weird little arm. Like, it was just disappointing. It just proves. I feel bad because this is going to ruin any chance of any other video game like getting a franchise movie, especially something. Poor Street Fighter can't even come out of the gate anymore. Like they blew it with Chun-Li, right, with that chick from Smallville, and this may have been the glimmering hope, but
I liked it. Yeah. I thought it was good. Like the MacGuffin was fucking stupid. Like, bro, you're in Mortal Kombat? I'm in Mortal Kombat. Are you in Mortal? Like I got a dragon. Like, granted, they couldn't do the same shit as the original, which would have made sense, which is a fine story. There was no tournament, but you know what? I don't care about the fucking story. I don't care about their motivations. I just want to see people beat the shit out of each other, and I got that, and I enjoyed it. And Jax, before he got like the super arms, tell me he didn't look like a little like hamster or mouse, like in like a spin wheel, like going through the cage because you're wearing the fucking form. That was wild.
Sean, what was your favorite part of the movie?
I don't even remember. Scorpion just kicking ass, like the beginning. Scorpion Sub-Zero.
So the part that actually had story was your favorite part of
Kano was the best part.
Kano was the best part, yeah. And you know what? I get why they didn't put Johnny Cage in there, because it would have been Johnny Cage would have been Kano, Johnny Cage. Same character as far as that goes. Like you don't want to be over repetitive of it. But yeah,
they teased Johnny Cage at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
Yeah,
Johnny Cage.
I hope Ryan Reynolds comes in. That would be perfect.
Dex liked it. I liked it too. I took Chase to see it. Chase's mind was blown. He was like, "What would you give this, Dad? Scale of 1 to 10. What would you give it?" I said, "I don't know, a 7. It's not as good as the one from the 90s." Right. He was like, "What?" He was like, "This is a 10." He thought the movie was amazing.
And I'll give it a high 8. Like as far as entertainment and like all that bullshit goes, high 8.
But I need to show him the 90s version because in my opinion that one is way better.
Yes, the whole tournament. And I hated the casting. They casted the accountant from The Dark Knight as Shang Tsung. I felt like he was gonna come out and be like, Raiden, I'm going to get you on tax fraud. Like he was so unbelievable. And Raiden was the biggest ass dope. He was the worst. Raiden should be this older, almighty guy. It was this guy who just young guy who sat in a chair that said, I got a wall. Like, come on.
I got a wall.
Leroy, don't show my son the 90s Mortal Kombat.
No, do it. And then when you get to right before you get to the sequel, because he's going to get kind of disappointed, that's when you tell him Santa Claus isn't real. So by the time he sees the second one, the blow will be, not as bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I thought 90s one was great. I thought this current one was pretty good. He's saying I'm looking at it through nostalgia goggles. I don't know. I still like good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't hold up. I don't know.
I watched it beforehand, and I think maybe that's what made me so disappointed in the 21 version is because I really enjoyed watching the 95 version again, like for the first time, the sort of like pregame for it. Like it made me realize, oh, that was a really good movie. Like I forgot how entertaining it was. And then I watched the new one. I was just like, it just is not as good.
Hail Mo Biggs, legend.
What's up, Mo? So yeah, where'd you guys watch it? Did you guys watch it on HBO Max or whatever?
Yeah.
Nah, I went to the theater and saw it.
Yeah.
It was me, Chase, and 2 other people in there.
Was my arch nemesis there?
He doesn't work there anymore, Sean. That was 10 years ago, man. That
Almost
you got
10 years ago.
Yeah, you got in a fight with a special needs theater employee.
He wouldn't let Sean theater hop, and Sean was like, "That's why you're a cripple."
He was talking trash on the Yankees, wasn't he?
Yeah, all right, so here's the story. You might like this one better. So it's me, Mark, Chrissy, Papa John, and Mike McMahon. They came out for Wizard of the World Philly. No, yeah, that's for Green Lantern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went to one of Mark's local theaters. I went to go use the head, and I asked an employee, I'm like, where's the pisser? And told me where I need to go in many ways. And then as I'm walking away, I hear, I can't do it. This is good. Fuck it. I don't have a good reputation as it is. People fucking whatever. Do you know me? And I'm like, huh? Do you know me? I'm like, nah, homie. I'm from North Jersey. I'm from up North Jersey. He's like, who's your favorite team? I'm like, what? Your favorite baseball team? I'm like, the Yankees. He's like, boo. And I'm like, fuck you.
He's right.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
Did you see Bryce Harper get hit in the face with a fastball last night?
Oh, that was brutal.
It was actually a 97-mile-per-hour sinker, but he took it right in the face, popped right up. The man he's not human. He's having an MVP season, and he got up like a champ.
Is baseball a dying sport?
Not to me.
I just have a feeling that it is. Like, I think there's more there. I mean, the NFL draft is tonight, and I've just been talking to my coworkers and my buddies about the draft tonight. And we just wondered, like, we remember back when the Phillies won it in 2008, and that was the last time we were really like excited about baseball. But up until then, it's like I just feel like, unfortunately, it's just too slow. They can't do anything about it anymore.
They should enforce usage of steroids, make the balls a little bit lighter, like make it fun.
Right, exactly. Like I remember when Sosa and McGuire were all juiced up and they looked like ripped from comic books, just like smacking the ball out. That was fantastic.
Awesome.
That was amazing. Like have them juice up because the pitchers would be throwing like 100 miles an hour too because they were juiced up. Just let them go on roids and have it be fun again.
Make it more interesting because there's so much times you can just sit in the field, like in the stands, you drinking a beer, eating a hot dog or whatever your choice, and it's like fly ball. All right, now what? You gotta wait from the reset,
right?
And they don't have like good looking like score girls like the UFC does or boxing match. That's what they need.
Strike two.
Strike two. You know, that's what they need. They need beautiful women. That's what the whole world needs is beautiful women. These ugly chicks.
Apparently, there's some drama going on in the chat.
Cool.
Darren is so mad at Leroy right now
because of the Mortal Kombat comment.
But Mo Big said, did Leroy just time someone out for saying he's not a coward? Darren says, Mark, fix this now.
What did we miss?
Leroy's flexing and saying he's the OG wrench here.
Yeah, he gave Mark some credit.
Man, I don't know what's going on, but it sounds heated.
Not my problem.
Let's keep it civil. Come on, this is a moral compasses channel. We're just here for a good time, man. Leroy says MLB really kicked themselves in the ass earlier this season. Oh, with the All-Star game taken away from Atlanta.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah. NTM Comics says, aren't those the dudes that McFarlane bought the baseballs from? Yeah, he bought did he buy Sosa baseballs or just McGuire's home run ball?
I thought he got one of the Sosas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was collecting a bunch of them at one point. Leroy says, Phil, don't do that again. You're sexy.
It's disturbing only because it turned Leroy on more than he'd like to admit.
What'd you do?
Leroy, you didn't see him, Phil, do the sexy turn?
Yeah, because Sean did the sexy turn with me.
Yeah.
Oh. Do it again. I like it.
Strike two.
Ooh.
Darren says, bad, Leroy, bad. And Mo Big said, rap legend Viper was gracing your chat and Leroy timed him out. Man, I don't even know who Viper is. Anyone?
Oh, yeah.
We cast ourselves as NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys like 2 weeks ago. Like, of course we don't know who a rapper Viper is.
No, Mo shared the link with us on Art and stuff last week, and we played one of the songs, and it didn't go over well with most of the chat. Look, yeah. I'm all about the encouragement of using drugs. So to me, it was like the national anthem 2.0. So.
Yeah, sorry. Like Phil said, we don't know who Viper is. Joe says MLB, NBA is trash right now. I still like Major League Baseball. Darren says 2008 YouTube viral sensation Viper. Time him out for giving him a compliment. Sheesh. JT knows he approves of the timeout.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Leroy, I put you in charge for a reason. So I have faith in you that you're doing the right thing over there. Mo Big says most of the chat was going wild over it. Only Fred Durst and Leroy took issue with it.
I love how when Sean's on top of the world, he's JT, but when Sean goes through some slumps, it's automatically keep rolling with Fred Durst.
Better him than me. I'll take it.
Remember they did a crappy song for Mission Impossible? Oh man, Limp Bizkit was trash.
Look, the Rollin' remix is still one of the hardest beats around with DMX, Method Man, Redman. You know, it just makes me want to go, oh, I shouldn't do that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like listening to that song.
I liked when Limp Bizkit did Undertaker's theme.
What the best was remember the My Way one, the promo between Rock and Austin? That's
fire. That's one of the best promos ever.
Yes, that one I do agree.
I thought you guys were going to bring up Usher. She likes it my way.
Oh,
Leroy
thank
says
you, Leroy.
Fred Durst is Joe, Phil.
Appreciate it. I thought we were making comments about Sean's hat.
No.
My condom cap that Mo likes to say it is.
Ott and Stuff is hosted by Fred Durst and JT.
Yeah. Phil, if you haven't subscribed, hit like or
I am
notifications
subscribed to it. I am subscribed to it, but most times you guys stream, I'm grading and stuff. The school year is just terrible.
You should tell your kids if they want extra credit, they should watch our show and subscribe.
Trust me, I have a few students who watch The Pod Gods, and they are quick to. I talked with a student today, and he said, Mr. McNulty, you really think Trent Beretta's the oiliest wrestler? And I said,
what?
Yeah,
new segment on La Pod Gods. Who is the oiliest wrestler in wrestling? That was Leroy's idea. He wanted to know, so we broke it down for him.
And I promised my student that this Sunday I would give another oiliest wrestler of the week.
Yeah, I think there might be a new
a segment of the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, more importantly, have your kids subscribe to Out and stuff because we're at 180 right now, I think.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think there might be a new contender for oiliest wrestler of the week this week after watching. Yeah.
Did you? Well, hold on. Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was just whole slick.
Yeah. No, there. Amanda wants to know if you can describe Trent's chest again.
Sure. So Trent really got these nice pecs, right? Got the 6-pack abs, but the man, he goes against the grain. Trent Beretta does not shave the chest. He lets the hair go, and he doesn't rub the oil in. You got to rub that oil in. He doesn't go all the way. So you see the strands of individual hair shining with the oil glistening as he does the body slams and pins him, Amanda.
Sean's at a loss for words.
So what's your favorite one man throwing his balls into another man's face move?
So there was this one time that a guy who's Matt Cardona, but now he used to wrestle by the name of Zack Ryder. He wrestled this guy, and when he threw him into the corner of the ring, his trunks exploded and his nuts were hanging out. So the guy was trying to wrestle with like one hand covering his junk so that his balls wouldn't.
Yeah, it was Zack Ryder was wrestling Rory Fox on WWECW, and he grabbed him by the tights to pull him in the corner, and the guy's tights were made the wrong way. Apparently they were sewed together in the crotch, and they're supposed to be sewed on the side. Well, they ripped apart on the side or whatever, and he was wrestling, ended up wrestling a guy with no tights. And the guys screaming, telling him to pin him to end the match. And Zack Ryder was like, "Well, I haven't hit my finisher yet." So he waited to hit him with his finisher and then pinned him. But the guy is like all trying to cover up. I
would have ran out. I've been like, "Fuck you! I need to fix my balls. I'll be right back." Commercial break. Jesus Christ.
Mo Big says, what, like a high angle Fez press? Yeah, that would be a balls to the face type move. Zach's fucked, says Zack Ryder fears him. Eddie Winkler says free balling. Leroy isn't having this. I'm never retweeting this stream again.
I'm with you.
I have a feeling he's going to retweet it next week.
I'm with you.
Woo, woo, woo. That's right. Mo Big sounds like he was trying to start the sack. Yeah, hail to the Crack Pack, which is taking over chats lately.
Yeah, it's a good movement.
So I think we covered everything. Sean wanted to talk a little comic books. I mean, I guess we can talk comic books.
I love comics.
Yeah. An odd concept for 3 comic book creators.
Meanwhile, we're talking about fucking dudes getting their taints thrown around and fucking.
You draw guys getting their taints thrown around. It's what you do for a living. That's what comic books are. They're guys in tight spandex punching other guys in equally tight spandex. That's what comics books at the heart of it.
My dudes wear armor.
Sean, explain what you would like to talk about today.
All right, so what's there's all these properties coming back that we all pretty much grew up on or reading, like Cyberfrog, Creed, some of the greatest indie titles around, some great art stuff, right? a title that was around in the early '90s that I first found out of was at a convention that Mark and I were both at, but didn't know each other. Marco Lopez and our buddy Derek Ruiz. It was in a church in Manhattan. I thought it was the old Limelight or Limewire. I think it was Limelight Club. It was just a random church, but the book was called Arachnus. I got the other two down in my comics, but this was just awesome for like a 15-year-old kid. The art was beautiful. The color, like it didn't look like what a stereotypical '90s independent book looked like. Some indie comics were trash. Let's be honest. Not the best quality paper, not the best colored, but this was a solid unit. Like look how awesome that is. I used to draw that pose all the time as a kid. Yeah, see, I think Dex was at the show too, right, Mark?
Yeah, Dex would always go to Comic Cons with me.
I think this is a sign. Oh,
we loved the Arachnus. I always say it needs to make a comeback. The book was amazing.
Yeah, and I believe a few years ago there was some like headway where the creators they just put out like a teaser, but nothing since then. Maybe a Twitter thing, maybe like an indie site on Facebook. But the art on this is fucking awesome. The story is cool, but just great panels. Like I would not as detailed, but I would put some of the panels up to like Stephen Platt. Not as detailed, but as far as excitement goes, impact. My feelings when I was a kid, I liked how they looked. No, but the coloring was awesome. It's a cool visually looking character. It's science fiction and fucking like tech robots or body armored suits, stuff. So it's one of those books where I feel if they were to come back now, they would be a very successful campaign just by the product.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're part of a '90s Facebook group, and someone said, "What short-lived '90s book would you bring back?" And I said, "Arachnus." That book was amazing.
Yeah.
Sean, Darren in the chat says, if you weren't a fan of the Crack Pack, we could start one for the Ott and Stuff show, but Mo Biggs and myself could start pushing Strap Pack if you'd rather that be tossed around everywhere.
Yeah, as long as you're gentle.
Leroy's having tacos for dinner tonight.
Nice.
Mo Biggs says, unless she's making enough for everyone, we didn't need to know that.
What about you guys? Like, were there any books besides Arachnus that you guys thought would be like, oh?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's one book that I produced that from the '90s that needs to make a comeback, and I told Dexter Weeks we need to bring it back, and that's Holiday Commandos. And we reached out to the other guy we did the book with, and apparently he was working on a comeback without us.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
I know.
Yeah, you guys were going to swindle him first, but he out-swindled you?
No. Well, Dex wanted to swindle him, and I said, no, if we're bringing back Holiday Commandos, we have to ask the other guy, because it's not right, because he was part of it.
Yeah.
So when we reached out to him, he was like, oh, I was already working on one. And I was like, well, we could work on one together. And he was like, oh, sure, I'll send you my designs. He never sent his designs. He's probably secretly. Yeah, I mean, if I see Holiday Commandos pop up on like Indiegogo or, somewhere else, I think Dex and I would have to. Dex said we should still do it. Dex is all for screwing him over and just doing it without him.
No, revenge is good. Revenge is spite.
Leroy says, why is word snowman being censored by YouTube?
Yeah,
is it?
Snowman.
Is snowman being censored?
But that's another great book that's making the rounds again, which is awesome.
Darren says it's kind of like Pokemon. Got to smoke them all.
Yeah, Like Baskin Robbins.
Mo says because it's a Coke dealer. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to get in the way of anybody trying to pay their bills.
Phil, you have any short-lived '90s books? Yeah, I mean, you were pretty young back then, so I don't know if you even.
No, I'll
You were
tell you what.
born-
I had a bunch of Shadow Flames from the '90s. Right, I always liked his weird mask. You know, the black and white costume. I also had Nexus. Do you remember Nexus?
Hell yeah.
Nexus
Nexus
is making a comeback.
Yeah.
Is it really making a comeback?
Yeah.
So, well, there you go. I got one or two, but I remember I always liked Shadow Flame only because he looked like he looked like something that would be in the X-Men, but not in the X-Men. I just remember, like, for some reason, as a kid, wanting that guy's action figure. So, if anything, I would take Shadow Flame.
Okay.
Shadow Flame. I think. Well, if we're thinking the same character, he made a comeback in the early to mid 2000s at Arcana.
Oh, there you go. So,
And they got shelved with the rest of the properties.
So, anything else before we wrap this up? We're getting close to an hour. I guess we should probably promote some stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Well, I have something ready to share if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Of course, I'm talking Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch Book 2. We're in demand, but not for much longer. We're closing the store down May 15th. We're currently at $25,000. Less than $5,000 to go to unlock the final stretch goal. That's the Poulton verse print. That's Graveyard Shift, Sea Dog, U.S. Assassin, Bazooka Dog, and Viking Wolf all together in one print. It would be a jam piece by Clint, Mike McMahon, Renzo Rodriguez, and yeah, I'd love to see it happen. But I am, floored by all the support people have shown Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch. We outdid the first campaign. Some of the stuff available, I want to highlight the featured tier. That's the triple threat. You get Clint's cover to book 2, this incredible Dan Fraga cover to book 2, as well as the reprint to book 1 featuring John Malin's black and white line art. Also, if you have a little bit extra money to spend, I suggest the Babe box. That's $200. That'll get you everything Clint and I have made for Sea Dog and Codename Kill Switch. That's all 3 covers to book 1, both covers to book 2, a sketch from Clint, a sketch from me, a Sea Dog pop socket, the ash can and all the trading cards from the first campaign, all the stretch goals for $200. Best deal around. So, there's not much time left. May 15th, we're shutting down the store. And, it'd be great if we could get 30,000 and lock that final stretch goal for people. Speaking of stretch goals, all the prints are in stretch goals that we've unlocked so far. All my bags and boards in for easy for me to say, fulfillment are in. And I just got word Viking Wolf is being sent from the printer to me, the ash can that all backers get. So I'm excited to get started on this and getting it out to people. I think Clint has like maybe 8 pages left to draw. And Andrew Dahlhaus told us he would be done coloring the book on May 15th when we close down the store. So I'm excited for it.
Someone made it into the chat.
Who made it into the chat? Viper. Viper. Hi, Mark. I'm 2008 rapper sensation Viper. Big fan of your work. Anxiously waiting to read my Graveyard Shift 3 Shane Davis Cat Cracky cover. Viper, thank you so much for joining us, man. That is awesome.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Incredible. Only on the Best Friends show.
I love doing this show. I honestly love it.
Hail Viper. Yeah, man.
Let's give a big hail to Viper. Jesus.
The Viper. It's like that G.I. Joe episode where they get the call from the Viper. And he gives them the prices for cleaning the windows, but it's really Cobra bases.
Viper, after the stream, I'm going to go check out some of your work. I appreciate you stopping by, man.
We are Simple Jack is right. We are not worthy.
That one there.
Sean, tell people where they can hit you up on to pre-order Type 1.
If you haven't yet, you probably won't be doing it now. So Type 1 preview, we're at 65 pre-orders. first 15 pages of the book is the story, introductory, with 8 additional pages of content, with a really cool 90s gimmicky cover, and that will be closing down June 14th when Joe and I do a closeout stream on Hot and stuff. And everybody should be getting their books probably beginning to mid of July. And thank you to everybody that spent your hard-earned money.
I'm waiting 3 issues before I go in because I want to be number. You know what number I want to be, Sean?
Yeah, 69. You want the free art? Don't
Damn
blame
straight.
me. Yeah. Whoever the 69 backer is gets a inked bust of the villain, regardless if you're an ANS mod or a chat regular. You'll get a bust of that.
So Dex says this is the best podcast ever. Dex should start sitting in with us. He's not tech savvy though. Yeah, Sean, do you remember the time we tried to stream with him?
Yeah, that's before we did video. We were doing audios.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, Hakuna Matata, what do I do?" You know.
we have to get Dex in here. He has great stories. I don't know if he wants some of those stories shared, but Mo Big said we should definitely check out Viper's hit. I can't even say it. Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack.
I think I found a new introduction to ANS.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm a fan of Viper, I might have to hit him up for a theme song to the Moral Compass channel.
Yeah.
All right,
more importantly, we got Anthony Figueroa. I can't pronounce last names.
Figaro?
Yeah, Figaro. We're going to have him tomorrow night on Hot and Stuff, 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe, like, and do all that. And even if you don't like us, somebody with taste will, because I don't know what the fuck your problem is. We're the shit.
I just had Anthony on my show yesterday. He's awesome. Cool. He has stories about smoking crack.
Oh, I can't wait. All right.
Can we book Viper? Can we book Viper for one of the shows in a couple weeks?
Maybe. Let's check out his work first. All right.
Wait. So would it be instead of asking what his origin is, like to get into comics, like how'd you get into crack? Freebase or injection?
All right, Phil. Your Twitter link is actually in the description. Leroy, man, you should have been sharing these links. Phil's Twitter. I mean, Sean's Twitter, Phil's Etsy store. Come on, man. Too busy telling us how disappointed you are in our breakup stories. But anyway, hit up Phil's Etsy store. He has a ton of great prints. Phil, is the art gallery that your work is displayed in, is that still up?
Who knows?
Hopefully.
We'll see. But I did get a couple of people hit me up from it, and they were just like, why are you the only one who submitted comic book artwork? Well, that's what you do when you go to comic shows.
It's a fucking comic book convention. Loosely worded, but yeah.
But no, thank you. But shout out to Rutgers, Camden Center for the Arts. They got me into teaching. I go there. So. And on that note, at Animated Phil on Instagram and Twitter.
I like Warren Ellis.
Sean, let people know the rest of your social media where people can follow you at.
Sean Ahrendt, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, UJIS, Facebook,
Pornhub.
No, I'm out.
What do you mean you're out?
See you guys.
You encourage this.
No, I'm a teacher. I can't have people say this.
Good work, Sean. You know what? I'm not even going to give my my social media.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but it's a good place to end the show.
No, fuck that. What was that?